Hello everyone, and welcome to another fragrance review. It's time to do another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance from the house of Guerlain. It's none other than Guerlain Homme, or Homme, by Guerlain. Here's the bottle. It's kind of got this metallic type of a face to it. It's kind of shiny, though I think it's kind of plastic, but whatever. You see the front of it. It has a pretty sturdy cap that pops off pretty much. Other than that, there's really not much else to say about the bottle and the actual design. This is a 50 milliliter. It comes in 50 milliliter and I believe 80 milliliters. The 80 is going to run you around $82 retail, and the 50 milliliter is going to run you around, I believe it was 59 retail. Yes, 59 retail. So it's a little bit more on the expensive side. However, you can easily purchase this one for a lot cheaper than what you see those prices listed at. So if you go to sites, there are many discount fragrance sites out there. If you go visit them, you're probably going to see this probably like $30-$40 knocked off the actual price of, especially the 80 milliliter of it. So you can find this much cheaper than you see for those prices listed. Now, the House of Guerlain in general, to me, is one of the better houses. I really do think that they put out quality every single time. You may not necessarily like the fragrance, but despite the fact that you may not like the fragrance, it still is a very high quality type of fragrance, even with their less expensive lines. They've got a lot of fragrances. They've been around for a long time and releasing fragrances for a long time now, and this is one for release specifically for men, or all for men, right? So the creator of this fragrance, I'm going to need a little help pronouncing this. I may butcher them. Thierry Wasser and Sylvain Delacour, or Delacour. I'm not sure how exactly to pronounce the last name of that, but those are the creators of this particular fragrance. So with that, let's get into the notes for this. The notes consist of lime, mint, bergamot, cedar, vetiver, mojito, rum, and geranium. Now, what I get when I smell this scent, and one of the main reasons I wanted to actually review this now in the dead heat of summer, was I get mojito vibe, just mojito right through. If you've ever smelled a mojito, for those of you who don't know, it's an alcoholic drink. Do a search for it online. It's an alcoholic drink. It's has crushed mint leaves in it. It's got a lot of mint in it. It's got a lot of it's got some lime in it, mint and lime, which this fragrance has as well. So, and it also has rum in it basically. So the components of a mojito are in this, and mojito is actually listed as a note, and it really does smell like a mojito to me. Obviously it's a little bit off. It has some woods that kind of come up in the background, but mojito is really what you get. If you take those notes across, you're going to get primarily lime, you're going to get primarily mint, you're going to get primarily some of the rum that comes in it. The rum isn't that strong, but it does have this alcoholic type of vibe to it. You're going to get bergamot, so some of the citrus that comes in, the citrus from both the lime and the bergamot in there. So this is, in general, a very fun, summery type of a fragrance that you're actually going to wear. The woods in this, you don't really get much of it, but they bring up the back of the fragrance. They kind of hold the fragrance up and keep it together. But you really do get a lot of the citrus that permeates throughout the entire fragrance. Like I like to tell people, it's mojito with a twist. That's essentially what you're going to get with this. If I were to compare it to some other fragrances, I want to probably say I would compare it sort of in the same realm. Doesn't smell like it, but in the same realm of fragrances like Creed's Virgin Island Water. You want to look at fragrances like Tommy Bahama Scent Sale St. Bart. It kind of has that overall feel and vibe to it, but this does exude quality to it. It does exude a masculine manliness to this actual scent. So it's very good scent in those regards. Moving on to when I should wear this, I kind of touched upon it a little. This is a summer scent. I don't think it's a spring scent. I don't think it's a fall scent. I don't think it's a winter scent. I think this is purely a summer scent. It has this, again, that mojito vibe that really just permeates through, and it gives you this summer feel and gives you a really nice scent to kind of go along with that occasion. So it's purely a summer scent. And on top of that, I say it's purely a summer casual scent. You can wear this with a suit, and you can wear this to work. The problem that I have with that is because it's so close to a mojito type of a vibe, I don't like giving off the impression that I've been drinking at work, basically. That's just not who I am. Some of you may have a different type of job that you go to, you may have a different type of expectation, but I don't have the expectation of smelling like booze, and this really does kind of remind you of booze, and I don't want to leave any type of question whether or not it's there. So that is the main reason why I don't wear this to work, right? So do with it whatever you will, wear with it. I consider this a casual fragrance that's based purely in the summer. The one really good thing about this fragrance is how long it lasts. This is 12 plus hours on my skin, and if you catch it on your clothes a little bit, it'll last even longer than that. This is a fragrance that lasts, and especially for a summery type of a citrus type of a fragrance, that's really exceptional. It's really something to be noted and definitely worth taking a look at. That boosts this vibe up a little bit more based off of what I would usually give a fragrance's rating. But again, 12 hours. It has average protection, has great sillage. It's going to leave a nice little trail around you, but it's not really going to go on and grab people. So it's going to kind of stick with you the entire way, right? So that's about the performance of this fragrance. Age group, I think anyone can actually pull this one off, but it does have a little bit of a more mature type of vibe. It's not really a kiddish type of a citrus type of a summery scent. It's more of a more mature type of a summer scent, if that makes any sense. So take with it what you will, but I personally think it's a little bit better for possibly college and up. All right, but again, if you can pull it off, why not go nuts? With the actual scent test, as usual, for those of you who don't know, I like to go out and take little surveys of scents. For this particular one, went out to Times Square, had people smell it. 100 people in total. Out of the 100 people who smelled it, there were, should have closed that window before, kids yelling outside. All right, but out of the 100 people who smelled it, 78 people liked it, 12 people disliked it, and 10 people thought it was neutral. Of the people who liked it, they said that it was vibrant, they said that it was energetic, and they also said that it was manly. Those were the main comments for people who liked it. For the people who disliked it, they said that it was too much like alcohol. Now, I don't mean like alcohol as in, you get that alcohol-y scent from fragrances. I mean the alcohol from the rum. It smells like mojito. That's essentially what I'm trying to convey across. They said it smelled too much like alcohol, and it wasn't their cup of tea for it. So take that with it. And the other people actually said it was too sweet. So that was another criticism for it. I personally don't think it's too sweet. But again, this is all about perception. It's all about interpretation. It's all about your personal preferences, all right? So, if I'm to give this fragrance a rating, I'm going to have to go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10. And the reason why it gets an 8 out of 10, I was actually oscillating before, thinking of giving it a 7 out of 10. But the reason why it gets an 8 out of 10 is because of the fact that it does last in the longevity manner. If you're the type of a person who loves summer fragrances, if you're the type of person who likes the mojito, the alcohol-ish type of a vibe, if you're the type of person who likes mint and lime, if you like your fragrances to last, take a look at this fragrance. You might want to, brush up on it. But if you're the type who doesn't like any of those things, and more importantly, if you don't like if you're really into versatility for your fragrances, I think you might want to steer a little bit away from this one. Again, just opinion. And, I'll leave that second comment out. But the versatility is one, if you definitely are looking for a more versatile fragrance, you probably want to steer away from this one. If you're not a fan of lime, mint, mojitos, if you don't like the smell of mojitos, definitely stay away from this one. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free. Let me know. Send me a message, leave me a note, do whatever you gotta do. Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.